TWT today, and it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and I know a lot of you guys have been DMing me on my Telegram. You guys have been actually joining my group, and it's been great. Now, I took a huge 3 month break just because of the whole market fluctuations and everything like that. But today, guys, we're coming back with another video. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to show a compilation of different things that I had taken during the time from when I last uploaded a video, which was around February, March time, to now being in May. So, you're probably wondering, what am I even referring to? Well, as you can see here, right, we had a huge amount of fluctuation happening in the market. From the last time we uploaded a video, we were somewhere around here with the GU. Now, I was able to take a lot of trades during this time where I was able to take the majority of this move. And I'm going to show you guys how step by step what I did to achieve approximately 865 pips with real-time money that I accumulated from this trade. Now, it wasn't as much as it would have been if I was trading on my main account. This account I was trading on, and this is something that I've had in the pipelines for my channel for a while, where I know a lot of people would rather see someone who is trading on a smaller account who's achieving something that's more realistic. So I started out on an account which had basically nothing on there. It had around about £100 or $150 on the account, and I traded it up until I reached around £1,600, which means I was not only trading from a very small benchmark, but I was making legitimate returns. I was stopping out when needing to. I was having strong market psychology, and I was able to not only take these large swing trades, but it also allowed me to make actual real-time profit on a very, very small account. This is something that I've scoured the internet for weeks trying to find someone who has made these kind of real returns on a small account, and will show at the end of this video, which I will, the live statements of these accounts that I was trading on the MetaTrader. So to begin with this, let's have a look at the actual trades that I was taking. So right now we're looking on the daily chart. Now, I noticed that straight away, right at the bottom of this, we start at the very start of this year, a low for GU. And as we know, we've mentioned this before on the channel before, that there's always going to be a market maker buy model. Now, again, as I said before, if you don't understand anything, please comment in the videos down below and ask questions, because I'm going to start, if I can build a larger client base, I'm hoping that I can actually start to build an opportunity to communicate with you guys on a daily basis, and I think that will help develop people's trading abilities a lot more. Okay, so a market maker buy model looks something like this, where you're gonna have the highs accumulated like this. Let's actually just move this a little bit further away from all these weird lines. So you'll have this kind of line movement, right, where we'll have a high like so. Then what will happen is the market will come down like so, stop out at a certain level like this, and then as it comes back up, actually I don't know why we're kind of stuck in this kind of area here. Wait. Let's try that again. Sorry, apologies. Let's get a bit more of an area, larger canvas here. So when it comes to a certain point, we'll begin to see the market sort of crumble down again, reach a specific low like here, and begin to reverse at explosive manners, reaching another high, right? By the time it reaches this new high, we should anticipate again more lows to occur, depending on the higher time frames. That is something that I will refer to later on into the video, what we are specifically referring to here. So what has happened right now is, in GU, we had this movement where we had a price reach a certain high, price came down to below that level and exploded up beyond that level, right? And if we actually literally show you on the actual charts where and how this happened, you will see this being visualized so clearly. We see price make this high, explode below, and shoot back up. And this whole move has happened in less than half a year. So at first I realized that when the market began to reverse, we see that we created an order block down here we made an order block down here where price wicked into it. As you can see, it came in, made this sort of displacement wick, and shot back up to the upside. We then see a change of character or a movement where we displaced above this level, meaning, okay, price is clearly wanting to get into a higher level. Price then came down, giving us an opportunity to enter. This is where I was beginning to take longs. Now, another key thing, which I will make a separate video on, is describing what each day of the market represents. Mondays tend to make the starting opportunities of the market, whilst Fridays tend to show where the market is sort of going below. What that means is, as you can see here, Friday, we see the market sort of coming down below, going below this level, potentially wicking out people on that Wednesday, and then Monday exploding back up again. And you can see by Friday again, if you come down to Friday, begins this low, Monday explodes back up. Friday comes back low again, and Monday we explode back up. Then we had large news that was displacing everyone, and this was shooting down, trying to fake people into thinking that the market is going to come down lower. But in fact, what happens is the market begins to reverse and shoot back up to these old highs. So what can we learn from this? Well, we can see that now that we've reached a specific high time frame, we've reached this point, price will now begin to potentially, what we're anticipating now, the market will shoot down again, coming down and potentially reaching these lows again. Why are we anticipating these specific levels? This is because we've reached this all-time high, and if we were to then apply what the outer market is presenting, such as what the market is suggesting, for example, the US tariffs, the market is beginning to recover. S&P is recovering. The Bitcoin is recovering. This is an outlier. The fact that GU is beginning to still rise, whilst everything else is also rising, is a clear indication that we're way above our pay grade. We're so high up that we should not be here. In fact, if we were to even use a tool such as using a premium level or a Fibonacci, we are well below this premium level. We are so high up that is waiting for it to tick back down. And so what I'm doing is I'm being very patient. Now, I say patient, I will be completely transparent with you. I did begin to take shorts around here, and I was able to take a small profit down here. However, I anticipated it for them to continue going lower. But in fact, we got stopped out and it ran above these highs and these highs, which is something I did not anticipate. And this kind of emphasizes how the market clearly does things that we as traders cannot foresee. But that doesn't mean you should feel demotivated by the markets, but in fact, more motivated on the fact that because we're so high up now, we're reaching these specific levels. Now, if we were to have put the fib a little bit lower here, for example, if we were to have not made it at that point, but in fact, if we put it down here, we're so far away from this level that we would never reach that, right? And look where the market came in, displaced under, and shot back up again. Meaning, this was a mechanical opportunity for it to run higher. So a lot of traders would have anticipated for it to run lower, got faked out, and it ran higher. And this is what we call market manipulation. So I want you guys to really understand what we're trying to describe here. I want you to grab your coffees, put in a bit of honey, really make sure you're jotting down and making notes. Because everything means something in the market, right? Don't think that whatever's happening is happening for no reason. Everything happens for a reason. There was a reason why the market came down here, because the person with the right mindset who saw the market come down here was not thinking, oh, we're going to run down lower now, we're going to start going back down here. Instead, the right people thought that the market was coming into a discount and began to take longs. When they did this, they were anticipating a 582 pip move. Let me explain that again. A 582 pip move. This has not happened in, and when I say this, you do not see a 582 pip move happen that quickly. The last time we had something like that happen, it took approximately 54 days. This move, however, happened in less than half that time. less than half that time. That quick explosion can make you earn a lot more than any other trader in a less than a month. You could have obtained around, with 582 pips, with the right position lot, is around £5,000. So if you can trade this correctly and you anticipate it with the right amount of risk, you would have made a lot of money very quickly. But you have to dissociate yourself with money though. And I'm kind of contradicting the points here. However, you need to understand that by understanding what you can make should be used as a motivating factor to not give up. That even if you were faked out by this point and you thought the market was going to run down lower, you should not think, okay, this is where I stop trading now. In fact, you should think, because this has happened, you use that as a learning opportunity to go back into the charts, to begin backtesting again, and try and make more money. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end off the video today. I want to keep this one a bit of a short one to kind of say, look, I'm back, I'm making more videos, and this was to explain what a teaser will be for the upcoming videos that I plan to upload very, very soon. And as promised, I'm going to show you guys the exact MetaTrader account I used and show you the exact returns that I made. Now, this account I'm not using right now, so I'm going to go on limited login. I'm not going to show you the details, of course. And if you were just to go onto a specific level and change the dates. Give me a second, guys. Apologies for the delays. And as you can see on this, where I exactly said at the 1.26 level, which is down here, the exact level where the market was beginning to come lower down here, we were taking longs, right? We had take profits for around 1.27, which was up here. We were able to take those profits. We continuously did that. Now, there was times where we got faked out, like here. We took some small losses, but we bit back and we made large returns again. We took the losses, like these. We bit the bullet where price faked us out. We came back better, right? And you can see large trades and the small trades, large profits. And we were being very tactical in everything that we were doing. And you can see here, we ended off taking large take profits and continuous take profits. We were trading up until where it reached 1.30 from 1.26. How many traders do you know that was taking such large swing trades and successfully doing so whilst showing you the legit times that we did this? So, as you can see, I obviously then withdrew all the profits and kept it in my account, but we did this with such small lot trades, meaning any trader can do these exact things. This isn't some miracle work. This is literally putting in the work. And so I'm showing you this because I don't want to flex, is that I want to show you that you can do this in a month while still doing other things. This isn't my main thing. This is something I do on the side. And I was making that kind of money on the side whilst barely doing anything and starting out with such a small amount of investment. Which means you guys can do the exact same thing if you begin to watch what I do. I'm going to come back showing you the live trades. I'm going to come back showing you the exact strategy that I use. I'm not like any of these glory traders making £50,000 every trade, because I have made losses. Yes, I don't show all of them. However, I'm going to show you everything I am going to do. I've got a lot more transparency coming into this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video, this kind of style. And we are going to come back stronger. We're going to come back making more money than any other trader has ever made, because we are the winners. Okay? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and peace.